Right, so now we just have a whittle of this and a whittle of that. There's a rat. Oh, high base attack speed. Great. Unless you have Heroes of the Plains. We don't. And we lose a spot. Okay. I mean, I guess we got our Kira as a Heroes of the Plain, but everybody else is going to be attacking real slow. 9-second cooldown in Sentry. Wow. Briv and Orc. So Briv will have a faster. Oh, not much faster. Jeez. Yeah, we're going to need to get our Kira next to Widdle. Then once Widdle starts sharing the attack speed, everybody will attack faster. That's the idea. That's what it's trying to teach you with this. Right now he's at 9.5 seconds, and that's ridiculous. Alternately, you could just run Fire Breath Potions. You could just run a Fire Breath Potion and be fine. Really? Wow. I guess people can put whatever they want in their auto mods. Yeah, that's someone setting their auto mod. It feels like that was someone setting their auto mod. I don't know that those phrases on their own. I mean, I could. If somebody didn't like Sir Mix-a-Lot, I guess Whittle in the middle, we might want to have auto modded. But moist. I mean, what if I'm just talking about towelettes? Can you please pass me a moist towelette? I've been eating ribs. I don't know why that's it. Yeah, I don't understand. But, like, some people just don't like that word, like, but that doesn't mean it's a. Just because you're like, oh, I don't like that word, doesn't mean it's a bad word. So, but again, anybody, people can run their channel however they want to run their channel, or it could be a Twitch thing. I don't know. I am a proponent of just having actual moderators and only putting words in an auto mod that should never be said in chat. And those words aren't those words. Those aren't those words. Not generally speaking. If you know, again, people can make their channel whatever they want, but those aren't the words that should never hit Twitch chat. Well, I mean, yeah, it's the same reason they block phrasing over there, right? Like, I mean, you know why they don't do it. They're a family-friendly channel, and phrasing is not family-friendly. You might be okay with the word, but it's the connotation, right? You're not going to say that generally. Uh, there's a reason you're going phrasing, and okay, let's pop this silver and that gold Widdle chest. Okay, damage all champions. What we really want is the speed, but we want a blue on that speed item. We want a purple on the speed item, but we don't get color shots quite like that. But I mean, we need to make sure we get a blue. And we just need to keep opening chests until we get a blue on that speed item, basically. You stop it. Do the thing. I put her in the wrong spot, but and some con 12 or high. That's fine. He's got a higher than a 12. All right. It's an archer thing. Well, but I mean, it's like someone says something that could be taken in a sexual way, and you go phrasing, like, but it's a reference to the Archer made it. Archer made it big. It's kind of the modern. That's what she said. But it's gender neutral. It's a gender neutral. It's just phrasing, right? Or are we not? Are we not doing phrasing anymore? Like that was the other. Yeah, if that's when you used it, Texag, then yeah, absolutely, that would not have. That was not appropriate for that channel. Yeah, Archer is a comedic riff on spies, like a spy organization. But pretty, but not PG. It's not PG. Let's just leave it at that. I don't know that it's not rated R, but it's not PG. I don't even think it's PG-13. I think it would be PG-16, but they don't have that rating. Yeah. But animated, it's been out for a while. I think they just dropped another season of it, if I remember correctly. I am not nowhere near caught up. I watched all of them once upon a time, and then more have come out since then. Yeah, viewer discretion is advised. Yes, not for kids. Not for kids. Adult Swim. Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah. But it's, I mean, it's more that they're supposed to be like this spy like organization, and they're it's like they're the worst. They're the worst. It's not a good. They're not good. It's more of a. I mean, it's. I think if you really get down to it, it's more like The Office. If The Office were about spies and lots of sexual humor, which I don't know, maybe The Office is about that. I never watched The Office. I don't think it is though. But it's a workplace comedy, basically. It just happens to be that the workplace is that they're spies. Yeah, yeah. As it has evolved. Yeah, it's a good show. It's entertaining. I found it entertaining. If you're kind of in the mood for that kind of humor, very entertaining. Not for everybody. Definitely probably pushes some people's buttons. Sure. But it's one of these, it's one of those that should just have a warning. Do not do this at home. Very much a example of what not to do. Don't act like this. Don't interact with your coworkers this way. Don't interact with your family this way. Yeah. Lawn people are here, folks. Be prepared for the buzz. Okay. Come on, speed. Nope. Depends on the buttons, Pranali. Depends on the buttons. been a while since I've watched it, so I can't say that like everything is okay in that show. Like as what they used to refer to as blue as that comedy gets, some of it might not be. But usually the biggest butt of the jokes is Archer, which, you know, helpful. You finished it? Yeah, I gotta go back and figure out where I stopped watching and catch up at some point. Silver Widdle chest, but we already got all our greens, so we don't care. It's just item levels. If we wanted to be hyper efficient, we could have waited to get that before opening electrons, but we're fine. We're fine. Okay, let's go come off this. We're just gonna get to 175. We're gonna be done. Well, I guess we could go to 200 if we wanted one more chest. We'll see what our damage looks like at that point. Yeah, everybody's attacking at 5 seconds now. It'll be slowed down. That's the fastest it's gonna go. Is the Fallout show worth watching? I really enjoyed it, so I would say yes. I would say yes. You know, I have only ever played Fallout 4, but I really enjoyed it. My mom has never played Fallout, doesn't know what Fallout is, enjoyed it. So yeah, I mean, it isn't like there's nods to the video game. That's kind of the good way to do it. There's nods to the video game, like to people that play the video game, but in general, it's just a well-made show. That's what you want, right? Yeah, I mean, I played and the hacking screen flew right by me. I didn't even notice it. I mean, I kind of was. I remember watching it, going, and then somebody called it out in chat when we were talking about it later, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes way more sense." That actually was good. So again, if you're really into the games, you're going to pick up on little things. Much of the show's in the green and black user interface that burns your eyes. Not much. It was there a little bit in places, but no. So my mom want to play Fallout? No, my mom doesn't do video games. Stupid man. Pranali, yes. We're not going to go into who, but that question gets answered, but many more questions get raised. Or at least there's an assumption that that question gets answered. No video games at all? No. Yeah, I mean, they could always make it. They could always make it so that, oh no, you thought we answered the question and we didn't. But it feels. I think people are like, oh. Yeah, you can't even when you're taking content like from a video game or from a comic book or something. You can't like you want to give nods to that medium that you're taking this from and that you're adapting the story from, but you need to make a story that stands on its own, and I think they did that. Kind of like how I feel like the Marvel stuff has been working. You know, I didn't read the comics and stuff, but I enjoy all the shows, the movies and the series. But if you knew that stuff, you could get real into it, and that's great. I think that's great. I mean, Lost ended the way Lost ended. I look, shows aren't always going to end the way you want them to. As long as the ending is written, I don't know that it always needs to make you happy because that's not always the point of stories. Story needs to be what the story was intended to be. You know, it's not all Cheers. It's not all the final episode of Cheers or something, right? I mean, it might have been a little rushed. We don't know. That's the thing when you're doing a TV series. If you are fortunate enough, because this is the reality, if you're fortunate enough to know when your series is ending, you can try to write an ending that makes sense to the story you were telling. But sometimes you get advance notice. Sometimes you're deciding when it ends, but a lot of times you have no control over that. And if you get a chance to try to finish it, great. It might be rushed because you didn't know it was coming, and then you had to try to give something to the audience. Never watched Arrested Development, so I don't know. I don't even know if I watched the ending of Game of Thrones because everyone was so upset. I think I just stopped watching before I got to it. I actually don't remember. I haven't bothered watching any of the other stuff, though. I was just like... It was wild. I remember my supervisor, one of my jobs was like, you gotta watch it. Here, I'll give you my HBO login. Because I was like, I can't afford an HBO ticket. I'll let you log in and just watch Game of Thrones. And I watched the first episode and I was like, I want to be clear. In most workplaces, you recommend telling me to go watch Game of Thrones would be a sexual harassment violation. This is absolutely... It was... What? I am traumatized by the first episode. I can't believe you told me I needed to watch that. That first episode was rough. All right, that's it. I didn't bother going to get the next silver. I don't care. Sure, give me some more Tiamat favor.